Alright, it's time for another materials farm. This one is a bit hard to categorize though. We'll be mainly hunting Grawl and their pet Wurms, as well as some birds and bears. Grawl have a tendency to drop totems, bones and large skulls, whereas you can expect claws from the Moa and blood from the bears. This makes it a great farm if you need multiple materials for your gifts of might or magic, and you'll be getting a decent amount of experience on top of everything. I get about 10 of each of the tier 6 materials and 25 large skulls an hour, and as with most of my farms, you can expect around 12 spirit shards an hour as well. Another large contributor are the heavy bags of trinkets you'll be getting. You could either sell these on the trading post for just under 3 silver each, or if you're farming materials for your legendary gifts, it's better to open them. They can contain any of the tier 5 and 6 materials you'll need, as well as some cloth, leather or large skulls. You can expect around 30 of these bags on top of all of the previously mentioned loot. When it comes to the actual gold per hour value, this farm will usually net you between 13 to 14 gold an hour, which is respectable, especially for a Corteria zone. Being a Corteria farm, you'll also have some days where the map bonus will bump up your gold earned. You can expect to receive around 4 of whatever item it is per hour, so whenever the map bonus is globs of ectoplasm, lodestones or tier 6 totems, you'll be getting another 50 silver to 1 gold extra. To get to this location, you'll want to go to the Ridge Rock Camp waypoint in Frostgore Chant and head north. The trench is steaming with Grawl and there'll be a bunch of bears near the start and some Moas near the end where the Claw of Jormak event happens. This waypoint can sometimes be contested by the Sons of Svanir, which will teleport you to the waypoint to the southwest instead. Whenever this happens, it's worth clearing out the camp, as the Sons of Svanir drop a decent amount of loot and you'll be getting 30k of event experience for just a few minutes of work. To create a smooth loop, you'll want to kill both the birds and the bears every time, or else the Grawl won't have enough time to respawn, which will severely impact how much loot you're getting. Moa have an added bonus of dropping eggs rather frequently, which is great for a lot of cooking recipes. I'll eventually make a video specifically on farming Moa and what to do with their eggs and slabs of poultry meat, as those in itself can actually make you a nice amount of gold as well. When it comes to the build you want to be running, you'll want a build with high burst damage and mobility. If you can burst down Grawl before they have a chance to use any skills, you'll only be taking a few seconds per pack. Some of the Grawl have a block, and the shamans can summon a totem that will make them invulnerable, so your goal should be to kill all of them before they have a chance of using any skills. I've dusted off my OG farming builds, as Daredevil checks all of the boxes here. With the Sigil of Stamina in your weapon and Signet of Agility on your bar, you can almost infinitely dodge. Every time you kill an enemy, the Sigil will completely refill your stamina, and the Signet will refill around 2 bars of endurance in case you need to cross some extra distance. Instead of running the Bonding Dodger Grandmaster trait, I'm going with Unhindered Combatant, as the dash from the latter covers far more distance and prevents me from having to mount up if 2 packs are too spaced out. I've run the same farm with the Fresh Air Elementalist build I posted earlier to my channel, which works just fine as well. So don't feel forced to create a Daredevil for this, any class will work as long as you remember to bring enough burst damage and, if possible, some movement abilities. All of the enemies have such low HP that you should kill them in mere seconds anyway. I'll post a Daredevil build showcased here in the pinned comment, and I'll make a dedicated video down the line as well. I've reverted back to using my Daredevil for a lot of farming, as it has great burst damage and tons of speed. You could change staff for dual pistols and spam unload if you prefer to fight at range, and with a Relic of Speed you could slot in a stealth skill for constant super speed as well. You'll also be well equipped for node gathering, as you can replace the signets for stealth and never have to bother with combat whenever you want to mine, log or harvest. Making these videos for all of you has been pretty rewarding thus far. I finished crafting another legendary for which I actually didn't need to buy any of the materials, and I'm already halfway to crafting the next Gift of Fortune as well. So if at any point you feel like you're just standing around and you don't know what to do, or you don't have enough time for another meta event, dungeon or strike, pop over to this location or any of the others I've already covered and you'll be rewarded for it in the end. If you have any other comments or questions, feel free to ask them down below, and please continue to like and subscribe. My channel is growing at a rate I couldn't ever imagine, and this kinda warms my heart being able to share all of this with everyone in the community.